Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Balsero. You can call me Mr. B, and I'm here to teach you today about the trombone. Over the next couple of videos, we're going to learn how to open the trombone case, how to put our instruments together, and how to get our first sounds on the instrument. So let's get started. In front of me is a trombone case. In order to open the trombone case, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you place the case on a firm, sturdy surface. A table is always a good suggestion, as well as the floor. Don't put your instruments on a stool or some other kind of surface where they might fall over and get damaged. Once you find a sturdy surface, you can then open your case. But before you do, you want to make sure that your case is in the correct position. Otherwise, when you open the case, everything could fall out. On newer cases, it's a little more difficult to find it. If you have a used instrument and an older case, all you have to do is find the side of the case where there's a label. That label should be pointed up towards the ceiling. However, if you do not have an older instrument and you have a newer one, you're going to want to make sure that the latches on the case, when you flip them up to open, they flip up toward the ceiling. You want to flip the latches up towards the ceiling. So when I do that with my trombone, flip up towards the ceiling, and then open your case on your sturdy surface. So when we open our case, you can see all the different parts of the trombone. And your case might look a little bit different, but be sure you can find all the different places of these parts. First, you'll see the large section of the trombone, which is called the bell section. On the bell section, we have a couple of different parts. We have the large flare, which is the bell where the sound comes out of the instrument. As I follow that up and along to the other end where it wraps around, this part is called the tuning slide. It can pull in and out to tune your instrument. And as I continue down to the other end of the instrument, I have this, the connector nut. This is where we will attach the other part of the trombone to the bell section. In addition to the bell section, we also have the slide section. And when we look at the slide section, we'll automatically notice that on this end of the slide, the ends are different lengths. We have a shorter length and then the longer length. I'm going to start here at the shorter length. At the shorter length, this is where we are going to put our mouthpiece. This is called the receiver. Right below the receiver is this little locking mechanism that locks the slide into place. This is called the slide lock. You want to always make sure your slide is locked unless you are playing your instrument. Otherwise, your slide could fall off and damage your instrument. As I follow this down to the end of the slide, you'll notice I have a little piece of rubber. That's called the bumper. The bumper is how you can set the instrument on the ground while still holding it with another hand, but the bumper protects the slide from being damaged. Right next to that is the water key, where we release the condensation that builds up inside of our instrument. And following that all the way up to the longer piece, this is where that connector nut will connect to the slide section. As I open up the slide, as I unlock that slide lock, you'll notice the slide comes in two different parts. The outer slide, which is a brass color, and then the inner slide, or stocking. These are silver. This is the most important part of the trombone that you want to be very careful about. It's very easy because of its length to hit it on things and put dings and dents in it. When that happens, the slide will not move as smoothly as you see here. As I examine my case further, you'll also notice that somewhere in your case, either in a pouch or in a little compartment that you have to open, is this, the mouthpiece. This is the final part of the trombone. The mouthpiece is where we blow into the instrument to get the sound out of the instrument. Other items you might find in your trombone case include a strap for the case, maybe some slide grease for your tuning slide, and definitely you'll have or want to have a bottle of slide oil. Slide oil will go on your trombone slide to keep it moving very smoothly as you continue playing. We'll talk about how to put these things on your instrument in another video. So that's all the parts of your trombone. Your first assignment is to be able to name all of the parts of the instrument, and number 2, take each of the parts out of the instrument case and put them back in the case. Practice doing this as many times as you can because you'll do this many times during your life in band. Please go on to the second video, which is where you'll learn about how to sit and how to make your first sounds on the trombone mouthpiece.